2488 had a very trapped, cyclic feeling, and I didn't really realize what it was representing, of course, until we had that message at the end about how so many animals are subjected to animal testing and being caged. And then everything in this film made sense to me, and I thought it was really cool. Just seeing that painful makeup application and constant, bright, elaborate makeup looks on her while she doesn't go out anywhere. She doesn't leave her house. So seeing her put on all this makeup to not go anywhere was strange to see in the beginning, and then made sense towards the end. The clothing that she's wearing, sort of going from all these bright, fun colors into eventually, while she's feeling more and more trapped, they get darker until she's wearing all black. I thought that was a cool touch. I liked that the passage of time was shown by all of these origami animals in the mailbox, which then you realize the significance of that towards the end, which I thought was really cool as well. So overall, I thought this was a great film to represent the message that they're trying to tell about animal testing, and to show that representation through a young woman being trapped in her apartment. I thought that was really cool to see, and sort of put yourself in the shoes of the animals that are being subjected to this every day. That was a really great idea and a cool way to give this message out to the people.
I love the visual approach in this public service announcement. The colorful costumes against the bleak background really emphasizes the theme, and I think it makes it really effective, especially for the conclusion and how it all ties together. Really, really great.
I really enjoyed this piece. Off the bat, I thought it was cool. It had this sort of bizarre style to it. We've got just like Dutch angles and all this weird cropping going on, and just really kept things dynamic and visually interesting. So I thought it was cool. Then when I realized, it was mostly due to the very clear messaging at the end, that it was actually sort of a PSA against animal testing, that just for me took it to the next level. I thought that was really smart. Then it started to make sense. I just thought, really stylistically, it was fantastic. Just a strong piece.
Originally, I thought 488 was a representation of kind of the insanity of that mundane repetition of life. But the message at the end definitely made it a lot more eye-opening. I feel like the insanity part is still there, but now it's more, this was an emulation of what it feels like to live your life as a lab animal. And you can see it in the set dressing and just the location itself. It's a very white environment, and everything is there's a very controlled setting to it. And you never see our protagonists ever leave this setting. They're stuck in this setting, and they basically have to make the best out of this one room. And I think that it's a good example of showing, like, you wouldn't like it if it were done to you, so this is what we're doing on to others. So I think 488 does a really good job of emulating that sensation of what it would be like if you yourself were in that environment.
The concept of this was so creative and so well done, and it really surprised me at the end. I was like, oh my god, this is about animal testing. Whoa. Because we see this girl with beautiful makeup, and that was the first thing I noticed. I was, wow, she's so beautiful, and this makeup is fantastic. And we see her trapped almost in this room, and she's just, her entire existence is in this room, and she's mailing these origami birds and shapes, and they're not going anywhere, and the mailbox is overfilled, and they never get sent, and we see that she's being watched, and so you have empathy for her, right? And you're like, what, we want to know why she's in there, and why can't she get out, and what's the situation, and we feel for her. And then when we find out, this is the reality, for so many animals for animal testing, except it doesn't look anywhere this beautiful. And if only we can have the same empathy for the animals. Yeah, wonderful concept. I think that it was really clever and creative and well done, and surprises the viewer. And I think that surprise factor creates more of an impact because it really makes you think and reflect back. So I really liked this. Great job.
488. What a visually stunning film. The wardrobe changes of bright, bright colors on this young actress with the white background in her apartment. Her emotion seems to be good. She's trying to amuse herself, and then next thing you know, she's curled up on the couch and seems to be trapped either by something in her mind or being held there for some reason. It turns out it's a PSA from Korea for animal testing, and that puts it all together. The beautiful colors, I think, represented the different animal species that are suffering. 488 million animals are being tested. That's really, really hard to imagine. At the end, you know, there's a line about it's our choice. That's the message they're putting out to the public. And I think that was smart. It really makes the public think about their responsibility in why this is happening.
All right, excuse me. I just finished watching 488, which was a piece that I ended up enjoying. I thought it had a very strong message in terms of animal testing, excuse me, and its overall approach to sort of creating an experience that functioned as a call to action in terms of highlighting the cause that they were trying to focus on. I thought featuring her as a version of a caged animal was very strong thematically, and sort of reflected that even if she was in a space in which it appeared to be she had things that would be useful to her, or a version of life that being in that cage wasn't really a version of existence. So I thought that the stylistic and the visual aesthetic of the piece really matched the thematic ideas they were trying to relay about animal testing, and the main subject reflected the unease and anxiety and sort of the tonal approach that I thought that really matched the big picture thematic ideas. So I ended up thinking it was very effective and very coercive in terms of highlighting this particular issue and creating an experience that sticks with you. And I thought that it ended up working well, mainly because of the visual constructs based around the subject. So I ended up enjoying it.